So it's always been my dream to come to America, greatest country in the world, right? Country where Santa Claus is real, country where people actually dress up for Halloween, and a country where a lot of opportunities are offered. 2 years ago, my dream came true. I finally came to this beautiful country, and I came with a lot of expectations. However, I think I just expected too much from this country because honestly, you know, before I came, I pictured like all the skyscrapers, huge buildings, Hollywood sign, like all that good stuff, right? But from Denver International Airport to Fort Collins, Colorado, all I found was just flat ground with some buffaloes and a smell of greeley a little bit. But yeah, another expectation that I have is to watch NBA every weekend because I love basketball. I mean, I'm a pretty small dude, but what's wrong with that, right? I can deal with basketball still every weekend. And I mean, I have no problem with American football in a sense, like, you know, you put a bunch of fat people on the ground and ask them to run over an egg. I have no problem with that. Like, you know, it's very interesting to me to see that game. And let me just be honest with you, I really like American football right now. I watch it every weekend. I don't know how and why, but I do watch it. But at the same time, every time I watch this sport, I still think that this sport is actually the worst sport in the world. And I don't just make a claim, okay? I have like 3 strong reasons. But I think about it every night. 3 strong reasons behind why American football is the worst sport in the world. First, the name of this sport is incorrect. Second, this sport is not qualified as a sport. Third, this sport is just not a thing, okay? It's fake. So, let's now talk about name of sports. Basketball, for example, right? There is a basket and there is a ball, right? So it makes sense if you call this sport basketball because there is a basket and you have to put the ball inside the basket, right? Easy, right? Volleyball. Volley means not touching the ground. So it also makes sense if you call this sport volleyball, obviously there is a ball and you don't let the ball touch the ground, right? Now let's talk about American football. I mean, I have no problem with the word American there because obviously Americans are the only people who play this sport, or even to watch this sport, or even who know that this sport is a thing, right? But football, come on, Americans. 90% of your sports is played with hands. You throw and you catch the ball with your hands, right? And the only time that you play it with your foot is when you try to kick the ball to the goal. And even if you make this goal, you only score like 3 points, which is half of what you get if you do it with your hands. So, like, it's obvious, right, that this sport actually does not value foot as much as they value their hands, right? So why do you call this sport football? Some of you probably are mad with me right now because you're a huge fan of American football. Be like, you're just a foreigner, you don't know the history behind football, right? It comes from the size of the ball, it couldn't be like less than a foot. But still, for me, it's not a ball, it's an egg. So, all right, let's just end this argument. I just think that the name of the sport is incorrect, that's it, okay? Second, this sport is just not qualified as sport. Because there are 2 objectives of playing sports in the world. First one is to look good, second one is to feel good, right? But neither of these objectives seems to apply to any American football athletes. All right, so there is a study from the Miami University, it's actually legit data. It says that American football players are actually fat. Not only fat, they're actually obese, you know? But this study also suggests that professional NFL linemen will most likely get diseases once they retire. So guys, in other words, your athletes are dying. They're gonna die. So if any of you here in this room have ever thought about killing yourself, just play American football. You'll die anyway, right? And to make things worse, not even just the player. Look at all the football fans, okay? According to foreignershateamerica.com, like an average and normal American guy will sit on the couch every weekend for 6 hours to watch football and try to finish 2 sacks of party-sized potato chips as well as 22 cans of beers. So, in other words, what? These people are also dying. Right? So, it's just like very clear why this sport is not qualified because it kills people. Like no one wants to play a sport that kills people. So that's my second argument right there. My third argument is American football is just not a thing. It's a fake thing, okay? So a lot of people just say, all right, it's the most intense sport in the world just because it involves like a lot of physical contacts and like stuff, right? But actually it's not, unfortunately. Because a study by Wall Street Journal just reveals that the only time that the ball is in play is only like 11 minutes. 11 minutes. Okay? Let me do my math for you. Because math is my thing. It's not American football is your thing, though. Alright, so 11 minutes. You still need to divide this 11 minutes by 2 because they're offensive and defensive team, right? So in other words, each player just got to play 5 minutes and 30 seconds on the field. So, I mean, all sports around the world, I can guarantee you that they will let their player plays more than like 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Another statistic also suggests that the only distance covered by average American football player in one match is like 1.2 miles. Okay, I live off campus, guys. I can't afford on campus. It's too expensive. It's 2 miles away. I live in Heritage Park. It's in Stuart and Prospect. Not very good location. But sometimes, you know, when I run out of gas, I walk to school. Sometimes when I run to school, and that's 2 miles away. And I don't think that's sport. And I'm pretty sure like every single of us here walk more than 1.2 miles every day, right? So let's just call ourselves athletes. Because we're basically better, right? If you walk 1.3 miles, then you're better than American football athlete. All right, after all these arguments, okay? Like, really, I'm not trying to persuade you to stop watching football. It's fun. It's okay. I'm not persuading you to, hey, stop playing football. No, of course, like, that sport is a thing. Kind of. But I really just want to voice my opinion as a foreigner here, right? Like, as a, you know, like international student, that's how we call it. But when I think about it again, you know, like, I'm not supposed to like this sport, but in fact, I like it now. And then when I think about it again, I'm graduating in May. It is kind of sad, because I'll meet you all. I guess you're all great people, but if people in my country ask me, like, what's one thing that you really miss about America? I'll probably answer, watching fat people running on the ground and try to catch a flying egg.
7-Eleven.